What's up, Bernie Army? This is BryceAllen13 here once again, bringing to another reaction video. And this one is, let's talk, how can I get more views on YouTube? And this was uploaded by the MagicAnimalClub and another episode of Let's Talk. But anyway, we're going to react to Let's Talk, how can I get more views on YouTube? In 3, 2, 1, start.
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to a
Real life Stampy.
Let's Talk. And today I'm talking about how can I get more views on YouTube. And I'm not actually telling you how to get more views on YouTube. Instead, I'm talking about the question, how can I get more views on YouTube? And that's a question I get asked a lot. And it seems like every year that passes that I've been doing YouTube, I get asked it more and more and more, as there seems to be a lot more people that want to get more views on YouTube. And the fact that you clicked on this video, there's probably a very good chance that you want to get more views on YouTube as well.
To me, it doesn't matter.
Be that way. It might sound weird, but I didn't used to hardly ever get asked that at all. I used to get asked, you know, can you check out my channel and let me know what you think of my videos, or, you know, how can I improve my videos? People used to ask me about videos, but now people just ask me about how can they get views, or, you know, how can you get subscribers? And I think that's just kind of a change in YouTube culture, where people have seen, like, some of the biggest YouTubers, and they think, you know, I want to be like that, you know, I want to get as many views as they do, and you know, make videos like they do. And so yeah, so I think my biggest answer to that is, well, it's not really an answer. I kind of ask them, I say, you know, what do you want to do YouTube for? Because if you want to do YouTube to only get views, you're probably not gonna, well, firstly, you're not probably gonna have very much fun, because to do YouTube to only get views probably isn't very much fun. Like, I've never done that.
Like, I do YouTube
like, I don't know, it just
because I enjoy doing it.
To go about it, because, you know, if you do get successful and you do start getting people watching you, and, you know, and possibly even get to do YouTube as a career, if you're not having fun, it's a rubbish job. Like, it's
pretty much.
It's a pretty thankless job, and it takes so much time. If you don't love doing it, then it's an awful job, because you kind of have to put your entire life into it in order to be successful. So if you don't do YouTube for fun, even if you do somehow become successful, it's not that good. And to be honest, if you're not enjoying it, the chances of you actually succeeding anyway and not giving up, and you know, if you're not having fun, you're probably not going to give it your all. So the chances of succeeding if you're not having fun is probably not going to work. So if you're asking,
pretty much,
can I get more views on YouTube? And, you know, the answer to your question is, you know, what are you doing YouTube for? If your answer is because you want, you know, if you want views, you want, you know, whatever it is you want, and you're not doing it for the fun, then I kind of suggest, I don't know, maybe doing something else. But
I do it just because I enjoy making videos.
In order to get more views that are very effective, you know, and would work immediately. And some are better than others, and I'm not saying any of these things are right or any of these things are wrong, but there's things that you can do with your thumbnails or the title of your videos, or even following trends and doing, you know, collaborations with other people. These are very known things that you can use in order to get more views. But a lot of the way that you,
if you ever want to be one of those big YouTubers,
can be kind of, I think, be done on the good side and the bad side. And what I mean by that is, I could upload a video and I could call it like The Truth. I could title it The Truth, and I could, in the thumbnail, just have a picture of me going like that. I know that video would get a lot of views. And then in the video, I can talk about it.
Yeah, I'd probably watch it too.
You know, the truth about cake is that I don't actually eat cake every morning. You know, I could say whatever I want. It doesn't matter. You know, I just need to say anything to kind of justify the title. And that's kind of fine, but it's still slightly misleading. And I think the best word for it is kind of clickbait. There's particular videos with YouTubers that upload videos where, you know, they're kind of almost every single video they do is something, you know, similar to that, where things are kind of just twisted slightly, you know, in a way, so that people are more likely to click on the video, you know, when they otherwise would not. And it does work. That does definitely.
Yeah,
but I think it's not going to work for much longer. So the first thing is if you do that once.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of clickbait.
Into watching one of your videos, the chances are next time you upload a video and they see it's from you and you call it I couldn't believe my eyes, and have a thumbnail of you going like they're gonna think it's probably not actually as good as they're making out. and they're probably not going to click on it. So there's kind of your personal reputation.
Yeah, with you looking like a raccoon.
Audience, and then also I think in time, just the YouTube audience, as a whole, is going to get more savvy with this stuff, and isn't going to trust those types of titles and thumbnails as well. So it is a way how you can kind of have an instant
that's how they get you
on a particular video. But you're not building up a true audience. You're getting a sudden boost in a video, and then your next video you upload, you kind of have to do the same thing, because people aren't going to come back just for the videos in that case. You're not really growing your channel as a whole. It's kind of just looking at it one video at a time, and if eventually that technique stops working, as I think it will, then you're kind of nowhere. So the way I think you should think of YouTube is in percentages. So there's the YouTube
percentages
side of YouTube, and then there's the video side of YouTube. And you might think it's kind of one in the same thing, but I think it's quite different. And I think that different YouTubers and different people's videos kind of have a different split between how much of YouTube for them is the videos and how much is the YouTube side of things. The tags, the title, the description, the collaborations, making sure you take advantage of all the trends, every new challenge that comes out they do, or doing loads of videos about Star Wars when the Star Wars films came out, that kind of thing, doing things in mind for the YouTube side of thing rather than the video. Because when someone's sitting down to make a video, I think some people sit down and think, right, what is a really cool video that I could make? Let's make an amazing video. Then once they finish making the video, they think, okay, now I'm going to publish it on YouTube and hopefully people will watch it. And other people sit down and think, what video could I make that would get lots of views? So they're from the outset thinking about, what are they going to put in the video? They're probably planning the title and the thumbnail of the video before they've really decided what the video is going to be. And I think there is a good balance to get. I
usually save the thumbnail for last.
90% on the video side, and then about 10% on the actual YouTube side. So I'm pretty much just making a video and uploading it, and I hope that does kind of...
For me, it actually kind of depends on the video I make.
I try to never even really mention YouTube much in videos, unless it's a subscriber special where I'm literally saying, thank you for subscribing and caring and watching. Other than that, I really just make as good a video as I can and then upload it and hope people find it. And, I never ask people to subscribe or like or have a little thing popping up and saying, please like the video, because I kind of don't want to take people out of the immersion of, being inside of that video. And I think the second something pops up and says like the video, I think that kind of, I don't know, it's kind of just a bit distracting. And I don't personally like it when I'm watching videos, right? So that's something that I don't do. But I think a lot of people...
Yeah, it is a bit distracting.
I think probably a lot of the biggest YouTubers... Well, no, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm having a go at people that use that technique, because to do it well you have to be very clever. But I think there are a lot of YouTubers that have a higher percentage of their effort put into the YouTube side compared to the video side. And I think a great example of a perfect balance is probably Rhett and Link. I think they're probably slightly further towards the video side than the YouTube side. But
never heard of them.
They're a team, I guess, them and the rest of their production team, that really have a great understanding of making video content as well as how YouTube works. And they will sit down and think about which word should we use in our title, that would be best. And they are constantly thinking about the YouTube side of the things, but it's very hand in hand with the videos, and their videos don't suffer in any way because of that. They're just very smart, and they've been doing YouTube for a long time, and they really learn what works to help make a successful video. So there is a balance
pretty much
you can make between the two. I'm not just saying make a video and upload it and don't even bother doing a title or anything. It is worth, especially when thinking when starting up, thinking about every side of YouTube. But I'm just saying, if you're starting off, really make the focus the video side, because if you are just starting a new channel and you're immediately just trying to get people to watch your videos and maybe commenting on other people's videos saying, hey, please check out my videos, I'm a new channel, which you shouldn't do, by the way. That's not a cool thing to do. So if you are doing that, the chances are, if you've only made a few videos, there won't be your best videos. You're only going to get better with the more videos you make. So I never did that when I started YouTube. Starting off is to keep making videos and not worry too much at the beginning about people watching them, because the chances are in a year or so, when you look back on your old videos, you would probably like hate the idea of anyone watching them, because every video you make is going to be slightly better than your last one. And so hopefully, you know, if you keep
I know that feeling.
as you make more videos, you know, the audience is going to grow quite naturally as you get better at making videos. So don't go in with your expectations that, you know, the first video you upload is going to go viral and everyone's going to see. You know, it's simply not going to happen. So what I would recommend is, you know, just having a lot of fun, because as I mentioned at the very beginning, if you're not having fun, there's really not much else you're going to get out of YouTube. Be consistent. Don't upload a few videos and then go away for months, whatever. Maybe even record a lot of videos and then, you know, pace them out gradually. You know, so be consistent and, you know, don't give up. You know, you got to be patient. That's the next one. Be patient as well, because these things take time. I think it took me about 7 years to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm not saying it's going to be the same for you. It's going to take that long. But
It actually took 7 years to get to 1,000?
and try and be as original as you can. I know people say be original, and it's hard to just suddenly be, okay, I'm going to think of something that no one's ever done. And it doesn't have to be some groundbreaking thing that you decide to do. But, you know, you can take inspiration from other videos that you watch, but I think it's very good to kind of have your own style and your own identity. Because if you are imitating someone else, you know, you're only ever going to be slightly behind that person. You know, it's normally the person who does something first is, you know, the most successful person.
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
But yeah, I know I didn't really...
But it is possible.
How can I get more views on YouTube? But hopefully I helped make you think about YouTube in a different way. And maybe, you know, when you're searching on YouTube or looking at your subscriptions, you can probably see the types of videos people are uploading. And I don't know, maybe you're going to think a little bit more about... I don't know what's gone on, you know, in the YouTuber's mind, you know, when they made that video and why did they make that video. And yeah, hopefully that's something interesting for you to think about. And I'm not having a go, remember, at anyone who's doing YouTube differently to me. I'm kind of just saying my thought on it and kind of what I do YouTube for. And hopefully, yeah, that's going to help you out if you're starting. But
Yeah.
The end of this Let's Talk, there should be another...
I mean, that's a good way to put it, you know?
I know they've been a little bit inconsistent. The idea was there's going to be one every Sunday and me and Squid alternate, but Squid I don't think has had the time to make one, so I just thought, you know what, I don't want to leave a big gap, so yeah, these are just going to pop up every now and then. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it.
I get it.
I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Goodbye, Stabby. Yeah, like when I started YouTube, let's see. Because like when I started YouTube, I didn't really know what to do for my channel. Like I'm talking about like the main channel, BryceAllan13 Entertainment. Like what I'm doing with what you're watching right now is kind of like a secondary channel, like where I just could put like bonus content on. Like these reactions, for example. So like when I started YouTube, like I didn't really know what to do for YouTube, because it was kind of like my first time ever doing YouTube in general. I know one of the things I enjoyed making was animations. I know they weren't the greatest back then, but I pretty much I work like whenever I can, like pretty much almost every day, trying to improve them and like try to get better at storytelling and learn how to fit that storytelling into a 15 to 20 minute like time frame. Like I want to make sure I do it right, because animation is art, and you can't rush art. And along with that, I also like to make like different types of videos as well, and like because well, I enjoy making them, and if everybody likes watching them, that makes me happy. Because I'm glad people enjoy them. Because well, I do YouTube because I enjoy making them. I enjoy making videos, and I'm not trying to get like I'm not trying to be like a big YouTuber or anything like that. Like that was never my goal. Like my goal for YouTube is just to have fun while doing it. And because if you're not having fun doing it, then what's the point in doing it? Like, what's the point in doing something if you're not enjoying it, is what I'm saying. Because that's kind of a message here, like, because, like, find something you enjoy doing in life, you know? You only live once. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, as I had fun reacting to this episode. In the next episode will be another episode of Let's Talk. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Thank you much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. And as always, stay awesome and this is Super Pony.